All right. Good morning. Morning, everyone. Welcome to another stream. Welcome to, Tuesday, July 12th. It's crazy. Excuse me. I'm a little tired this morning. Tuesday, July 12th. It's crazy that it's already July. August, September, October, November, December, end of the year. Wild. Morning. Link button doesn't work. Yeah. Sometimes it seems that way, right, Adam? All right. So, yesterday, good morning, Chef. Good morning, Shumbi. The weather in Florida is pretty nice today. Weather's not bad today. It's just so hot, man. It's so hot. I hate it. I don't like Florida summers. It's pretty miserable out. It's hot and rainy every day. Yeah, look at this. Holy shit. Every single day on the weather. Tuesday rain, Wednesday rain, Thursday rain, Friday rain, Saturday rain, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Every single day for the next 2 weeks. Rain. Crazy. So anyways, enough about the weather. Today, good morning, Quentin. We saw the downside yesterday off the major double top on the NASDAQ and ES. We were pretty aware of that. We were pretty prepared for that as well. If you come to the live stream, you definitely should have understood why it happened. And all of the supply rejections on all of the tech stocks we looked at yesterday, all of the supply zones, they all rejected yesterday. So crazy. Everything worked out really nicely. All the supply zones rejected. Nvidia, Meta, Google, Amazon, Tesla was a big one. You guys saw the Tesla downside. So charts really, really worked out yesterday. Hopefully everyone did okay. Hopefully you had a good day yesterday. Today, we got some more things to look at. We got some charts to look at, some breakdowns on the ES in specific to look at. So let's get started. Let's get the day started. So first of all, futures as always, you guys know that economic earnings calendar. So this morning we had Pepsi earnings, and they were pretty good actually. So if I go to Pepsi's moving higher in the pre-market here off earnings. They boost the forward year 2022 revenue forecast, which is a positive. They beat top and bottom line, I believe. Buybacks, they announced buybacks of $1.5 billion. So basically, all across the board, really good for Pepsi. That's pretty good. So good Pepsi earnings. You can see a little bit upside. That might help the XLP today. That's the consumer staple stocks. Coca-Cola may find some strength. But the Pepsi is one of the largest parts of the XLP, which is consumer staples. So I don't think this really will have much effect on like the tech stocks, but maybe you keep an eye out on the XLP names, the consumer staples. So that was an earnings we had this morning, which was actually pretty good out of Pepsi. We really don't have much else on the earnings calendar until tomorrow. So I'll pull that up real quick right here. Tomorrow we have Delta before open, and then we have some banks coming up, guys. Thursday, Friday, we have JP Morgan, Morgan Stanley. Then we have Wells Fargo, UNH, which is healthcare, Citibank, BlackRock, Progressive, PNC. So some big banks and a big healthcare name coming up this week, but not yet. All right, so we'll look at Tesla. That's a very big supply rejection that we need to look at on Tesla. That was really nice yesterday. Congrats to anyone that caught that. Meta, another really nice double or triple top rejection off supply. Really nice. We'll take a look at that. Get an understanding of why that happened. Google definitely has opportunity to the downside today if the market's weak. 2,400 rejection, very clean. Chip stocks, really weak yesterday. Making not new lows, but new short-term lows, like new weekly lows. AMD, NVIDIA making new weekly lows from last week. So this is definitely something to watch out for. on NVIDIA, AMD. We'll take a look at Qualcomm, TSM. Chip stocks still definitely showing their weakness. BABA, big trend break on BABA this morning. You guys saw some of the news about China and potential lockdowns and things sort of going south for them right now because of the virus. So you got some drama in the on the Asian markets. BABA took a hit, and we'll take a look at that as well. Apple must hold level today. I think if this level breaks on Apple, it's going to bring the rest of the market down. Fine. The last one that I'm looking at, I'm not sure if you guys could potentially help me out. MasterCard, American Express, and Visa are some of the top losers for my watch list this morning. You have MasterCard down $4, American Express down 3.5, and Visa down 2.6. I'm not really too sure why this is happening. I can't find anything. The only thing I can find, there's some American Express downgrades. That's the only thing I'm seeing this morning. Someone in the chat said that they saw something similar before the previous CPI data, so I don't know if it's related to that. But if you guys see any news out there, let me know. But MasterCard, AXP, Visa, all down pretty aggressively this morning. They're the top losers on my watch list, which they typically are not. So something's happening there. And then finally, energy. XLE losing it. Definitely more downside on energy, it looks like. Definitely losing some strength. After that, we'll look at your tickers, and then we'll get started. Or I guess we'll get the day started. Yeah, I don't know if it's the AXP downgrade. I mean, maybe it is, which I'd be pretty surprised if that's bringing all them down. But yeah, that could be it. All right. Let's go over. Let me just pull up the economic calendar real quick. Forgot to do that. Make sure you guys are aware. You should already be aware. But we'll look at it again. Tomorrow, CPI, guys. Big stuff here. Tomorrow, pre-market, big stuff. If you swing trade anything into tomorrow morning, you are pretty much guessing, unless you somehow know what the CPI is going to be without us knowing. If you do, maybe you let us know. Yeah, maybe it's the euro dollar. Yeah, maybe it is. Probably is. I mean, the downgrades definitely don't help, Billy. I agree. Yeah, interesting. At least something to watch out for, guys. Those are down more than they usually are. But yeah, CPI tomorrow, 8:30, guys, in the pre-market. So if you have options positions, you can't do anything about it, right? If you hold an options position into tomorrow pre-market, there's nothing you can do. You're at the mercy of the market when CPI comes out, right? That's really what it is. And then Thursday, we have the producer price index. So 8:30 tomorrow and 8:30 Thursday, you have CPI and PPI, and that is a must watch. That is market moving data right there. So that's that. All right, daily chart on the Nasdaq, guys, and this is all I can really look at right now. This is the daily chart on the Nasdaq, and this looks like a pretty weak bear flag to me as of right now. Now I could be wrong. CPI could make this thing shoot straight up, which would be pretty interesting to me. I don't want to say the word surprising, but it would be interesting. So you can see double top right here on the daily on the Nasdaq. Yesterday we sort of confirmed that double top, 12,250, 12,250, big time rejection. You can see the downside. Now, where are we holding today? This is a must hold level for any type of hope that this market holds up here. It's 11,750. That's where the market is bouncing off of this morning. That's where we tested almost to the dot this morning in the pre-market. But to me, this looks like a bear flag. Now, I could be wrong, right? I could be totally wrong. But to me, this looks like a daily bear flag. But we'll have to see how it works out. 4-hour chart. Here's the 4-hour. The levels are really working, guys. So if you got your levels right, it makes it quite structured. You can clearly see here, you have a previous support, into a drop, a rejection, into a downside or a rejection, and a rejection. So 12,250 is a huge level. Now, yesterday, you really wanted to see 12,000 hold. That was a key. 12,000. That was a key level to see hold. Psychological level and a previous resistance that was previous support. I want to show you guys something that happened yesterday and why the 12,000 level is so important. So we go to the 5-minute chart. We were looking at this all day in the Discord. This push higher, guys, yesterday in intraday, look at where it failed. Look at this absolutely perfect fail. All right, if there's people out there that say that technical analysis is not real, show them this, because there's really nothing quite more perfect than a pre-market hold at 12,000, breaking and having a low volume push to the upside, very low volume. Look at the volume divergence. Look at the volume and look at the price action. That is volume divergence, right? You're moving higher off of low volume. You push right into 12,000 intraday, and look at how perfect that rejection is, right? And I'm not gonna waste your time and go up to the screenshots we were posting in the Discord. But if you're in the Discord, you know that we were all over this. So really, really clean stuff there. Look at how perfect that 12,000 rejection is. So you can see the 12,000 rejection. That's an important level. Now, where are we holding? Where are we holding? We are holding right here at 11,750. Previous rejection, into support so far this morning. So, what are we looking at today? We're looking at a zone between 12,000 and 11,750. It's about a 250 point range, right? 250 point range, 12,000 to 11,750. If I go to the 15-minute, you can see it right here. You got yourself a little range this morning. You got 12,000 up here, which is pretty clear rejections. You have a breakout, a support, a rejection, right? So 12,000 is clear as day, important, right? Then you have the breakdown, and where did you hold? You held these Wednesday lows. You're holding them right now. So today, I'm going to be careful trading within this, right, in between 12 and 11,750. But if I see a move to 11,750, I see that breakdown, I'll definitely look to trade that. If I see a push higher into 12,000, I will definitely look to trade this as well, right? I'll definitely look to trade this rejection at 12,000. If we get above 12,000, I would look for maybe a break and retest hold above it. But I am very, I don't want to say I'm not going to trade the upside, but I am very against trading the upside here today. Even if there is, I probably am not going to trust it until something really strong through 12, and then you still have all of this chop from yesterday, all this downside from yesterday pre-market, and all this Friday action that I don't really know what's going to happen up here either. So do I really want to mess around with upside into supply today? Not really, personally. We'll see what it looks like. Of course, I'll have to, if there's an opportunity, I'll try to take it. But for me, I am more interested in playing this rejection or playing this rejection, right? That's more interesting to me today, personally. Could be wrong, but that's just my first opinion on this market. So 12,000, 11,750, that's your range on the NASDAQ. You can clearly see the 4-hour double top bear flag that's potentially forming. If you lose 11,750, guys, this market's going to probably lose some steam. If you hold 11,750, watch for the push into 12. I think 12 is going to be a very difficult level to get through. I don't think you're just going to get right above that. That is a previous double bottom here that has broken down. It is likely to turn into rejections, and you can already see by just looking at yesterday's price action, look at where it rejected yesterday. Right there, right at 12,000. This is at around 1:50, 2 o'clock yesterday in the intraday trading. Down, push, low volume, rejection at 12, downside. I think it's going to be very difficult to get above that 12,000, guys. I would not be buying calls. If you see upside this morning and you chase a call right here, you are asking to lose money. Just letting you know. That is not an entry for upside. This is a really important rejection point. You got to watch out for that. All right, ES. So the ES, we were watching 38.50. This was a big, big level. I'm pretty sure this is bear market level. What I mean by that is that if it's below that, the market's in a bear market. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Yes, it is. 38.50 is the bear market level. Under 38.50, you go under 20% on the market. So that's what that means, right? At 38.50 or below, you're under 20% from the highs, meaning you are in a bear market. So that 38.50 is your bear market level. And I want to show you guys the reaction at that 38.50 yesterday. But first of all, let's look at the 4-hour. We can clearly see the little rejection here around 3900, 3950. You can see the bear flag that's forming. You can see the breakdown that came in yesterday. You see the 38.50 level. If I go to the hourly chart, you can see the importance of it right here. Let me get a little bit more time. Okay, here we go. So here's the hourly. You have 38.50, 38.50. You have a sort of 38.50, a little bit of a range. 38.50, 38.50, and you have yesterday's support right here. Look, 5-minute chart. Look at what happened yesterday. This is yesterday's price action, right? Right here. You can see early morning yesterday, 38.50. Yesterday near close, 38.50. Now, look at this reaction in the after hours, guys. Look at this reaction in the after hours. Look at that flush under 38.50. You almost lost 20 points on the ES in like 2 minutes. So huge downside under 38.50. As soon as we lost that, you started to move lower. It looks as though it's turning into resistance now, right? So if we cannot get back above 38.50, you have no business looking for upside today. There's absolutely no reason to be trying to trade upside if the ES is trading below 38.50. It's just like, it's asinine, really. And I don't like to use that word, but like, why look for upside if the market is trading under this major level of supply? You're just asking to get rejected on. So I would not look for upside until you see a very clear break of that, like a legitimate hold of 38.50 and a continuation move. But until then, it makes your life a lot easier, guys. You don't have to look for upside because you know that you are below this level. And as long as we're below that level, there is no margin for upside. So I'm not going to look for it. It doesn't mean I'm going to take every downside trade I look for, but at least I can limit my plan, right? My plan is to not trade upside until I see a very clear hold of 38.50 and a really strong continuation with volume, like strong momentum on the market. If I don't see that, there's absolutely no reason to be looking for upside here. So I would look for a rejection at 38.50. I would make sure it stays below if you're playing downside. And if it does, oh, but they do, Vince, because of, yeah, exactly. If it does break down, look at this uptrend. If you break this uptrend, this is a really nasty bear flag. That's what I would watch. All right. That's the ES. YM. YM's testing that uptrend as well, actually, this morning. Look at that. So the YM, let me clean this up a little bit. A little dirty here. A lot of levels, but they're all important levels, but maybe not necessary today. Here they are. So you guys can see right here, uptrend on Dow, rejection here at the previous support, right? Previous support into resistance. Another double top right there. Look at that top yesterday on Dow. Look at where the Dow rejected yesterday. Tell me that's not beautiful. Right there. Where is that level? It's right here, guys. Right in this supply. Perfect rejection on the Dow. You're right back into demand, which is around 30,850, 30,800. If you break that, if you break this uptrend, bear flag, watch out below. Russell's pretty messy. You got your uptrend here as well, which is not great. I mean, it's there. You're below your 1750 again. I would just look for the 1700, 1710 level to try to hold there. If you don't hold there, you're coming back down to this 1680. Right? That's what I look for. Your next level here is 1706, 1710. Bunch of previous levels there. If you break that, 1680. All right, guys. I think today makes a lot of sense. It made a lot of sense yesterday. Oh, I wanted to show you one more thing. ES. I wanted to show you where the ES rejected yesterday and how beautiful it was. Look at that yesterday. Perfect. You get a big downside move off the gates. You have a move up intraday. Perfect high day rejection. Clean move there, which is very clean. And you can see the NASDAQ did something similar. Boom. Boom. Just awesome. Really clean technicals, guys. And it all really helps you find your trades intraday. So watch that, guys. That's the futures. If you want to get these charts on a text format, make sure to join the Discord down below. It's free. It says free technicals. That is the place to be if you want to get the futures analysis in a text format. If you ever missed the live stream, if you want to see it there during your trading day, if you want to refer back to it, I recommend it. So Tesla, hourly chart. Let me get more time. Okay, here we go. Make this as clean as possible for you. So, where did Tesla reject yesterday? Right at their supply zone. Right at the supply zone. Rejection, 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 rejection. What did Tesla do yesterday? Nasty rejection. Probably one of the worst, actually. One of the worst downside moves we've seen in this rejection zone. So, straight down, out of supply, really clean stuff. Congratulations, guys, if you caught this. Some really nice trades. I posted one of my trades on it yesterday on my Instagram. If you guys want to follow me there, I post all of my live trades on Instagram. So you can see support, 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 support at 690. So 690 is your level today, right? Look at how many times 690 has held as support on Tesla. So we are watching 690 today. If you lose 690, you come down to 665. If you lose 690, you come down to 665. Let's go to the 5-minute chart. Let's look at 690. You can see it right here, guys. We had a gap down in the pre-market, right to 690, right where we held on Wednesday of last week, right in this general area. If you lose 690, you're coming down to this 665. If you hold 690, then maybe there's some opportunity to curl back a little bit today. However, I would not try to play into the 760 still. You can clearly see the rejection that came in yesterday. I think it's going to be tough to get through that level. Very tough. Unless it's off the back of some intense CPI bullishness, I think it's going to be very tough to get through 760. Today, I will be looking for a move likely down towards 690, and then I will be very careful to trade it into this zone because you can see there's a lot of support here, right? If we draw out, let's draw out Friday or Wednesday's lows. Let's just keep that in mind so we know what's Wednesday's lows. The low of this candle, 681.50. 681.50. Let's put that on our charts. Let's just call it 681.60. So, if we're watching Tesla today on the shorter term, if we drop below 690, we got to watch out for Wednesday's lows. If we drop that, then you got a nice little move down towards 665. So, just watching Tesla, you do have some support here around 690. Be careful trading into it. You definitely have to watch the price action there. In my opinion, the big opportunity was yesterday, right? And sometimes you have to accept that as a trader. You missed it, right? If you didn't catch it yesterday, that doesn't mean like today is going to present the same opportunity. So yesterday was the perfect rejection off supply. That's where it had the most risk to reward. Today seems a little bit less on the risk to reward side. It doesn't seem like there's much of a free fall area to play. Like you can see yesterday we had all this straight up move to sort of move back down into. Today, you're sort of sitting at some levels. So you got to be careful there. You got to be careful trading into some of those big levels. I think the yesterday's move was going to be a better move to play than today's. At least that's what it seems like right now. Meta, just gorgeous, really. I mean, if you like technical analysis, this should really, this should really get you excited. This is some really nice stuff, guys. When someone... I feel like this year is actually one of the most, I don't know how to say this, but I have seen some of the most cleanest technicals on the downside ever, this year, more than anything. So I don't like if you say this year's hard, like hard. Not I don't want to say hard. It's always hard. But if you want to say, if you've heard people say there's not a lot of opportunity this year, I think I disagree with that because there is some really clean stuff going on here. This is, I mean, you just had. This is June 15th, June 27th, and July 8th. You know, over like a 3-week period, you had absolutely 3 gorgeous downside plays right there on Meta. You could look at nothing else but Meta and just play puts every time it plays here, and you made a lot of money. So, yeah, there's definitely a lot of opportunity out there. Here's another one. This is the same as Tesla. I think this opportunity is over. I would not be trading this anymore to the downside, personally, guys. No one that bought puts here, right, or here in the past, or here in the past, or here in the past made that much money, or they most likely lost, right? So are you going to be the person that chases this move because you missed it yesterday? If I was to give you a friendly piece of advice, I would say do not be the person that chases the move now that it is down here at 160, right? I'm sure a lot of people are going to ask me today, is Meta put still good? I would say no. I would say no. Because this is your entry up here for puts, not here. You do not buy puts when you're sitting at demand. So watch 160 on Facebook, Meta, see if it holds. Maybe if it doesn't hold, maybe you get another flush. It's totally possible. But I just wanted to point out this move, how clean it was, and probably that the opportunity is gone. Now, this one is one that I think is more opportunity if the NASDAQ is weak. Google, very clean rejection at 24. Clean rejection at 24. Clean rejections at 24. Clean rejections near 24. Clean rejections near 24. Right? So 24, 24, 24, 24, 2400, all rejecting, and it happened again yesterday. I believe this one could have more downside because you can see I don't really see major demand until around 2130. I am watching this 2270 level. There is some previous levels in this general area. You can see it right here, right? Previous support into resistance, and you bounced up support here as well. So I'm watching the 2270. I think it can at least come down to there. And if it breaks that, I think you can even see the 2135. Right? If this market gets weak, if the market is weak off CPI, if the market's weak today, Google's going to follow that move. So I would watch downside on Google. Your risk to reward is still there. You can see the difference between Meta and Google, right? Google or Meta is almost, let's use a Fibonacci in this scenario. Let's take it from the swing low to where it is now, right? Meta is back to like the 78.6 retracement. Basically, it's already retraced 78.6 of that move. If I take Google from the swing low to the swing high, you will see the difference. Google is not even to the 38.2 retracement. So if you think it retraces 78.6 like Meta, then you have opportunity down to around 2200, right? So there is more opportunity on Google than there is on Meta. You have to understand that. Okay? Chip stocks, NVIDIA. Yeah, NVIDIA is weak, man. So you sort of broke the lows here of around 155. You made a lower high again. Again, you made a lower high, right? Again. So lower high, lower high, lower high once again. Rejection off 160. You can see it right here. Previous support into resistance. Beautiful rejection of 160. And the downside under 155. Now, for me, this is in no man's land. This is in no man's land to me. I really don't know where to trade NVIDIA today. So I'm probably going to stay away from it personally. I don't see anything to the left here as to why NVIDIA would hold in this general area. If I go to the 15-minute chart and try to break it down to a shorter term time frame, we can try to find something we like. But I really don't think there's anything major in this area. The only thing I can sort of point out is these lows around 149, 148.50, 149 right here. That's the only thing I can sort of see. But it seems like a pretty minor level. You can see right here. You can see right here, right? You can see the rejections here. And you can see it's trying to hold support now here. So maybe if NVIDIA drops 149, 148.50, you have another move down towards 140. but very clear weakness on NVIDIA. Lower high, moving down. I would look for that break of maybe 148, 149. But very clear weakness on the chip stocks. NVIDIA. I'm sorry, AMD. I posted this in the chat this morning. This is the cleanest chart that I've seen this week, and I'll show you why. Here's why. So, what's first, right? Let's learn how to, what are we looking at here? Support into a perfect resistance, right? Perfect. Support into a perfect resistance. Now, what's your next level? Next level, 78, right? Why? Because you have previous resistance, you have it turned into support. So when you come back down off 80, you're looking at 78. Let me show you what happened yesterday at 78. Here it is. You break 78 early morning. Where do you come back to? You come right back to 78. And you reject it perfectly. So, very clean chart. Perfect rejection off 80. Breaking the 78 support, coming back to it, turning it into resistance, previous support into resistance, downside. Now you watch for 78 rejections, right? Now you watch for 78 rejections. And if you drop the next low, what do you do next? Right? If you drop the next low, what do you do next? Let's say you drop this low here. You're looking for the same thing. Drop. Come back to it, turn it into resistance. Let it continue to stair step and break and retest to the downside. This is some beautiful stuff. What did it do yesterday? 5-minute chart. Break down, come back to it, previous support into resistance. I don't need to continue. You get the picture. It's absolutely beautiful. TSM's been a weak one, but it has earnings coming up, so I'll probably stay away from it. It has earnings on the 14th. 2 days, actually. Earnings in 2 days on TSM. Qualcomm, perfect triple top. We talked about this yesterday. Go to the 4-hour. You can see it right here. If the chip stocks are weak again, I would look for Qualcomm to move sort of down towards this 124, 120 area. Okay. Baba. Get more time. So a little bit of drama in China this morning with the virus, the big C. And you guys can see you have broken down, you've gapped down, right? You had a big move yesterday and you gapped down some today. Yesterday was really aggressive to the downside. Yesterday's move broke the uptrend. You guys can see since around the beginning of June, we have been on this uptrend. This is about a month-long uptrend on BABA. And you got a really clean double top, 1 and 2. Double top on BABA. This looks just like the NASDAQ and the ES, right? Double top. Bear flag. Yesterday, you broke down out of it. Now, if you cannot get back above 111, let me show you why. If you cannot get back above 111, I think you're going to have more downside. Why 111? 111, 111, 111. 111, 111, 111. You get the picture, right? If you cannot get back above 111 this morning, here's the 5-minute. If you cannot get back above that level right here, then I believe there is more downside on BABA. If you reject here, I think you're going to have more downside. So watch out for 111 on BABA today. Look for that rejection to come in. If it does, I would watch for more downside out of this bear flag. Apple. Must hold Apple level here. You go to the hourly. Here we go. You can see why I think Apple has to hold here. Previous rejections into a must hold support. If Apple does not hold here, 144, I think it is going to bring the market down with it. All right? If it does not hold here at 144, I think it is going to bring the market down with it. So watch out for Apple. That needs to hold 144. It is holding it nicely this morning, which is good to see. You can see right here, nice hold of 144. So keep an eye on that. In my opinion, that is a must hold on Apple. If Apple loses 144, that will be your sort of that'll be your idea whether the market is going to get weak or not. Because if it loses that, technicals are going to break down. It's going to drag the overall market with it. So Apple must hold 144. Okay, I don't have much data or information to provide you here on MasterCard, Visa, American Express. The technicals are pretty garbage, to be honest. I just wanted to let you know that all of them are down pretty aggressively this morning, right? All of them. MasterCard, AXP downgrade, down pretty aggressively, and Visa down pretty aggressively as well. So just keep an eye on these credit card names this morning, guys. You have AXP. Yeah, AXP is breaking this pretty important level, isn't it? Look at that. This is a big level for AXP. What are we at? 136. Oof. Yeah, watch out for this, guys. This is a big level for AXP. You guys can see previous resistance into support, and then look at what it's doing right now. So if we go to the 15-minute chart, delete that, get a little bit more time here. Yeah, you can see, guys, it's right in there. So watch out for that. If AXP loses this level, this could be interesting. This is a weekly chart level. This is a huge level. Weekly chart. So big level on AXP there. Keep an eye on that. All right, energy. Let's take a look. Energy is struggling. Energy is struggling. You can see energy gap down this morning. If we go to the 4-hour chart, you can see we are losing a pretty important level here on energy. Right here, guys. You had a previous support, double bottom, 1, 2, double bottom support, and it's starting to turn into resistance. So that is not a positive for energy here. Look, you can see it trying to hold it as support, and it looks like it's turning it into resistance, actually. So if XLE holds below 70 and starts to drag lower, you might continue to get that downside on energy. /CL's been under pressure. If I go to the daily chart on the CL, you can see we are still above that really important hold level of around 95. See, 95 is held up really well. But this is going to be definitely macro driven, so remember that, right? When we're charting out energy, we need to remember the macro picture because macro usually has a little bit more significance than the technicals. But right now, it seems like the macro picture is that energy starting weakening, and you can see it reflected on the chart. So just watch out for that, guys. Interesting to watch. Interesting to always want to keep tabs on what the energy sector is doing. It's definitely important to the overall market. All right, that is what I had. If you guys could take 1 second and press the like button, or you know what, I might just run an ad. Let's try this out. I'm going to run an ad right now. You guys can leave if you want. It's not a big deal. But I'm going to run an ad. After we run the ad, we're going to do the technicals that you guys want on your chart. So I'm going to try this. Let's see what happens. Ad inserted. I don't know if you're there or not. I wish it would tell me. I think you are. Did an ad run? Let me know. Doesn't even tell me. I'll wait for your response. Let me know if an ad run. No ad? Maybe it runs after. Yes, for some people. Maybe it runs after. Ad blocker. Hey, if you're not going to hit the like button, I'm going to run ads. No, I just wanted to try it. I'm not going to be that way, but I wanted to try to see, because every single day, look, this is what happens. Every single day, YouTube pushes this. They want me to press this. Every single day I open the stream, it says, this is a good time to run an ad. Why don't you run an ad? So, yeah, I just wanted to see what it would do, so it would stop asking me. All right, let's continue. So let's go over the stuff that you guys want to look at. Look at how many people dropped off. Oh, well. Let's go over the stocks that you guys want to look at. Do that right now. All right, big list today. AMD. Let's get some. I guess no one wants to post in here anymore, but that's fine. I guess I'll take some from you guys. What do you guys want to look at? I got AMD. We already looked at AMD, so I'm not going to look at that again. We already looked at Google. Space, really? Shop. I got SBCE, Shop. I'll take like 5 or 6 more. Netflix. Costco. I like that. Twitter's garbage, but I'll look at it. mRNA. Cat. Amazon. NCLH. I'll pick one more. MOAS. Oh, here it comes. The MOAS is starting in the chat. 1-800-Flowers. Wish. Yeah, let's take a look at Wish. The MOAS has started in the chat. There it goes. All right, let's run through this quick, and then we're out of here. Okay, SBCE. First of all, I have to ask why you're looking at this stock. That's my first question to you. I'm just going to be your voice of reason, just real quick. I think you should stop looking at this stock. However, it's not going to get above this $7, it looks like. 7.4, really clean rejection. Doesn't look like it's getting above there. I would stop looking at it. Shopify. Really, really weak Shopify. I think their split ruined their stock. Personally, I don't have any interest in trading options on this anymore. The option contracts are like 50 cents. It's just really bad. I don't really think they should have split their stock, or they just didn't realize that the stock was going to drop 80% when they split it. So Shopify is just stuck under this 35. This has been a big level for Shop. I would not look for upside on Shop until it's very clearly over 35. You got demand coming in around 30. So you're in about a 5-point range here on Shop. I wouldn't trade this anymore, guys. The option contracts just don't move. They're really bad. They're really cheap. I've watched them not move for like a significant amount of time. I would stay away from it personally. I don't think Shop's the same type of trade as it used to be. Netflix, you got a little bit of a higher low situation going here, right? You got your higher lows, a little bear flag. This looks just like the market, right, guys? This looks just like the market. You have a double top at 190. You have a bear flag. Look for that to break down. Look for it to drop towards 162. Or look for it to continue to trade in this little flag here, right? That's what I'd look for. If the market's strong today, Netflix probably bounces off this area, off this uptrend, and has another push to the upside. But watch out for the 190 rejection. Yeah, Costco's been nice, but it's just slow. I think it's losing strength here around 500, guys. It seems like Costco's going to have some struggle around 500. If you lose 500, you're going to come back to 490. If you want to be bullish in the short term, you have to hold 500. If you don't hold 500, you're probably coming back down to 490. Yeah, I'm still buying Shop in the long term for shares. I'm not an options trader on Shop much anymore. I can't trade those contracts. It's just really bad. Twitter's getting wrecked off of the news that the whole drama going on. Twitter's just a total disaster of a company. I don't like Twitter whatsoever. I don't know how they make money. I think their app is not monetizable. I don't think it's a very good monetizing app. It clearly shows in the stock's performance. It's very clear. It has not made a return since the origination of the stock. What's the IPO price? The IPO price was like 46. It's negative all time. I'm not interested in a stock that is negative all time. It hasn't done anything. It has done nothing. Don't trade it. mRNA. Twitter is just a disaster. It really is. It's such a disaster. I would never want to work there. Anyways, Yeah, I have a hatred for Twitter. If you don't know, I just don't like. I don't like it. mRNA is getting a nice push. Yeah, biotechs have been strong for sure. Biotechs have been very strong. So yeah, just watch out for this 190. It probably can sort of creep towards that 190. That's what I'd watch for. Watch mRNA towards 190. Caterpillar, that's a really weak break and retest right there. I didn't even realize this. Oh, wow. Okay. This might be a good time to start looking for downside on CAT. So you have a big gap here on CAT. I remember looking at this, actually. Big downside gap on CAT. I wouldn't call it a gap, but it is a very low volume area of very low volume of price action. Very low volume price action in this area. Look at what it just did. If you like Shop, GLIM, that's really up to you. I think Shop's a good company. Personally, I think they're doing a lot of good stuff. I think what they do is future proof. I like the company. I mean, I don't. If I'm buying Shopify down 85%, I don't really care what happens at that point. I'm putting I have like $2,000 in it. I think maybe $3,000 down at like $33 a share. The worst that happens is I lose my $3,000 over my lifetime, which I think is a pretty. I don't think I'm going to lose my $3,000 over my lifetime. I think to me that's worth it. Down 85%, I'm buying some Shop shares. That's really it. You got to decide for yourself, right? Yeah, look at this on CAT, guys. Look at this support into resistance. Support into resistance. I would watch CAT here. I would definitely watch CAT. That's a good call, Quentin. I saw that. Yeah, watch that, CAT. All right, Amazon. Amazon, very clear rejection. Little bear flag here, right? Same as the market. Everything looks similar. Same as the market on Amazon. You can see the bear flag forming. Here's what I'm watching in the short term. Short term on Amazon. I had it before. Where did I see that level? Okay, yeah, it was 110. I saw it on the hourly. 1 second, guys. I think it was around 110. Yeah, right here, 110. Why do I like 110? There's a little bit of a double top here at 110. You guys can see these previous rejections, rejection here, rejection here. So I like 110. I think that's an important level right in this general area. So if we lose 110, I would look for downside. And if we lose 110 there, let me get a little bit more time here. One second. There we go. Okay. So losing 110, I think, brings you down to around these lows here. 106, 107, where all these wicks are. It's very wick-filled stock right now. But you can clearly see some of these levels. So you see 110, rejection, 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 rejection. If you lose that, something like this, right, little break and retest, I would look for this next level, 106. That's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at 110 today on Amazon. All right, NCLH, Norwegian Cruise Lines. Yeah, I mean, it's a cruise line. I'll tell you that. It ain't going anywhere. I'll tell you that. These are not going anywhere. Probably but down. Holy crap, dude. Carnival's at $8. Wow. Wow. I remember at one point, I don't own it anymore, but at one point I bought RCL at I think it was 21. And I was like, oh man, this is going to be a sick long-term hold. I sold it in the 80s because I started just unloading some of my shares because I was up so much on RCL. I trimmed some of it. But it's right back down. Yeah, that's crazy. That is crazy. I don't know, guys. I mean, cruise lines, they're not going anywhere. It's just it's a disaster. Cruise lines it's a waste of your money. Don't look at it. If you have cruise line shares, I would really highly this is not financial advice. Don't listen to what I say. Nothing I say is true. I'm really dumb, and this is not financial advice. I would not be holding, if you are holding cruise line shares in your long-term portfolio, I would highly consider putting that money elsewhere at this point in time. I believe that is going to be a very long-term comeback on cruise lines, especially for the stocks. And if you can take that money and put it into like a stock like Apple or Microsoft, which I believe the turnaround time will be much quicker. The turnaround time on really quality tech stocks is going to be much quicker than stocks like Royal Caribbean, Carnival Cruise Lines, Norwegian Cruise Lines, right? So it's like dead money right now, it seems like, if you're holding that. I would try to think of ways to get out of that position. I really think it's going to be a long, long time. Yeah, I don't buy any of that. I don't buy any cruise lines. Microsoft, it's the same thing, guys. Just watch the NASDAQ. Double top yesterday. Bear flag. Everything looks the exact same. And finally, Citibank. Really ugly. Down this morning. Banks are looking pretty weak this morning. Cruise lines are the future. Okay. Downside this morning. I think that's a joke. I would hope so. On the banks, you can see Citibank. If Citibank loses this 45, watch out. Yeah, if Citibank loses this 45, I'd watch out. That's a big level there. All right, guys. That's all I got. If you guys could press the like button, that would be great. If you can subscribe, that would be great. If you guys enjoyed the stream, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all your support. We're almost to 50,000 subscribers. I'm hoping to get there by the end of the year. With your help, that is possible. I really wish I can get a plaque for 50,000, but they don't give plaques. I want to put a plaque up behind me, right back there. I think that would be cool. But we got a long way for that. All right, guys. Have a great day. Focus on the levels on the NASDAQ and the ES. Base your decisions off of supply demand on the overall market. Look at where is this stock trading in relation to the NASDAQ. NASDAQ's pushing into supply. Okay, I'm seeing a push into supply on the NASDAQ. Tesla's pushing up as well into a rejection point. Let me see if I can play the rejection at the NASDAQ supply. Not, let me buy calls through this supply and hope for a breakout. Right? That's the old way of thinking. That's 2020 thinking. I'm going to buy here because I think Tesla's going to break out of this rejection point. No, that's not 2020. That's not 2022. 2022 is it's pushing into a supply, and I'm looking to play the rejection because the overall market is down. The trend is down. It's more likely to see rejections than to see breakouts. All right, guys. Have a fantastic day. If you want to trade live with me every day, link in the description in the Discord. Peace out.